If you read the Bible, you'll see that in the Old Testament, the Jewish people, the Israelites, were tempted for centuries, not just a season, century after century, beginning in around 1000 BC, all the way up until about the 580s BC. There was a Middle Eastern Canaanite cult, started in Syro-Phoenicia, was spread by the Phoenician people, same people who made the Phoenician alphabet. They went to North Africa. They created Phoenician colonies. The Latins, the Romans called them the Punic people from Phoenicia. They had a devotion, a liturgy, a custom, a form of worship in which they offered their babies in human sacrifice to a god named Moloch. Moloch. They would burn them. They would have fires. And if you needed something, you needed a better harvest, you needed the drought to end, to them, we Catholics, we pray. We have masses said for certain intentions, which are all representing the sacrifice of Jesus Christ, the lover of mankind. They would say, we've got this new 3-week-old baby. We sure love that baby. Let's kill that baby and give it to Moloch, and maybe we'll get some better weather. We'll get some rain. There are archaeological sites showing the victims of Moloch. And over in the Old Testament, God is telling the Israelites, how dare you worship Moloch? How dare you give your babies to the false god Moloch? Moloch is the mascot for infanticide and abortion. He is the demon of infanticide and abortion. And you can't say the things that Pelosi says and Biden says and say, I am a disciple of Jesus Christ, when you are promoting, defending, and raising money for the altar and the idol of Moloch. No, you can't serve Jesus Christ and Moloch at the same time. Incidentally, I'm going to throw in a plug here. I wrote a historical fiction trilogy, Sword and Serpent. That's the first book. It's about St. George and Constantine and the dragon. You know the story about St. George and the dragon? Well, I got a certain spin on it in this book. And that dragon, in the tradition of St. George, eats children. As a matter of fact, in the tradition where George kills the dragon is a Punic area, which means it would be under Phoenician influence. And so in this historical novel, I take the North African people, the Punics, and they're living in a society where they offer their babies, their children, to Moloch, the god. Except in this, I take the St. George legend, and there's an allegory of Moloch in the form of the dragon who eats the children. And you probably know the end. George eventually comes and slays that dragon and brings an end to the infanticide and the demonism of that culture, which eventually becomes Christian, which eventually relates to the Roman Empire, and the Roman Empire becoming Christian under Constantine. That's the trilogy. It's best-selling. This is a best-selling book. If you want to read good Christian fiction, historical fiction, get a copy.